this so we can.
Check.
All right, yours sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, no. When did you film this again, though?
November the 19th. You might know it as opening of gun season in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, because we were going to do this beforehand.
Yeah.
I think this seems better now that it's
I
actually
think so
out.
too.
Yeah,
Me too.
you were going to sell out either way.
Right.
Do we call it a special? Do you like when people call it a special?
I went back and forth on that. Like, I pretty publicly where I was like, don't make me call it a special, but it feels weird calling a video an album. I am going to put out the audio, but like, I can't be like, watch my album. That doesn't make very much sense.
Fair.
But a special is like, you think like Netflix or like Hulu. So
yeah, but everyone's putting out stuff on YouTube now.
I know.
But it also, and this is no like diss on anyone, but it's also like the YouTube people are like the Mark Normans and the Sam Morrils and all that. It's like, there are a few people I've seen put out specials recently. I'm like, all right, why are we putting stuff out?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, part of me why I want to do it is I know, and I won't name names, but the Iowa where I started, there's like some people who I never even met. Like while I was there, and they started well after me, and they have like 5 albums, and it's like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah, if they're not good, what's the point?
I can't say if they're good or not, but there is one dude who used to come through Milwaukee a lot. You can bleep this out or keep it down. I don't care. His name is Kirsch Mohan. I hope he sees this.
I'm not gonna bleep it out. I'm not gonna tag him in it.
Oh, I'm gonna be a dick, but he's a nice dude, really nice guy. But like, he one time booked me and another comedian to do a show here, and like nobody showed up, so we canceled the show. And then I like ended up leaving my debit card there, so we came back like 30 minutes later, and he's got like this full meal in front of him. And I was thinking to myself, like, how is he affording to do this, you know?
Yeah.
And then like he gave us one of his albums, and I listened to it, and it was so bad, like the worst thing that I've ever heard. And I was like, oh, trust fund kid for sure, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, that's tough. Did your album turn, like, quality-wise, did it turn out well?
Oh, yeah, I'm thrilled with the quality.
You thrilled with it?
Yeah.
Are you thrilled with the video?
Yeah, for
Good.
sure. The audio is not quite done and, like, cut yet, but, I mean, it's going to be the audio from the special, which I'm stoked about the audio and the video. Cheston Von Huss, shout out to him, and Here Presents. I worked up with him on a project in quarantine or COVID, and I was blown away with his camera work. And so he had a team of, like, 3 people. And I'm super, it looks great.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Where is this? Because that's such a cool venue.
Yep, this is at Here Presents. So they are like a music label here in Milwaukee. They do like live shoots. You can check them out on YouTube. They have like hundreds of videos of like bands. So it's like a KEXP or like Tiny Desk type of thing. But yeah, it's here in Milwaukee. It's in a warehouse in Bayview. They do live events. And yeah, it's just like a very cool, curated space.
How big is that room? 'Cause I love the background.
Yeah.
Like it's such a cool background. It looks like this is supposed to be happening. Because there are people who film, I think, specials. You see them like, this is just you on a random stage that you were allowed to do it on. This actually looks like they asked you to be there.
Yeah, it's Ryan Holman is kind of like the main guy over there. And I used to produce shows with him. And I planted a seed in his brain a few years ago, like, hey, if I ever like recorded something, I'd want it to be here. And yeah, he came to me this summer and was like, let's do it. And we had 50 people, I think, each show, between 40 and 50 people. Because we sold 40 tickets, and then like we like let a few people trickle in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I do have to ask, it always intrigues me when people do these. Outfit choice. Mm-hmm. How do you pick what you're wearing?
Just wanted to be very basic.
Very basic. Did you buy that shirt?
No, that is a shirt that I have had for a very, very long time.
Okay, so it's an AJ Grill staple.
That is a AJ Grill. Purchased that from PacSun in like 2012, maybe.
With your employee discount?
Yeah. They wouldn't hire me, dude. No way. I was a Hot Topic guy.
Were you really?
No, I'm fucking Spencer's Gifts.
I think the only time I went to either one of those is just to see what they had.
Yeah, for sure. We used to go in there and buy stink bombs.
Fuck.
Yeah. You throw them down on the bus in the locker room and stuff.
Those actually, like, I think one of the few products in this world that truly work the way they're described.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to, I guess they used to be glass. I had a friend who was telling me about like when he was a kid.
Yeah, just little vials.
Yeah. The ones we had were like little paintballs.
Oh.
And so that's what this is like the height of paintballing. So you could just be like, oh, Mom, it's paintballs, you know? But they were stink bombs.
Were you big into paintballing?
No, I was not. Airsoft. We did airsoft.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
I had everything. My brother had a sniper, like legit sniper.
Yep.
You ever eat the CO2 one?
We had a few of those. Yeah, I guess what were they? They were air powered. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a CO2.
Yeah.
CO2
we're talking the
pistol.
same
It
thing.
shot the little
little
plastic
pellets.
pellets.
Yeah.
You ever go did you have airsoft wars with your friends?
Oh yeah.
Oh my. We had this like woods in our backyard where we grew up, and these dirt bikers like carved out a trail.
Yeah.
And we overtook it, and we were like digging holes, and we made trenches.
Sure.
And we had fights there.
Yep.
Like actual wars.
And you killed a guy on a dirt bike from one of your trenches?
Absolutely. We buried him. To this day, he's still back there. No, go ahead.
It's funny they talk about like microplastics and everything. It's like, from airsoft pellets. All these kids are shooting in the early 2000s.
There are millions of BBs in my woods in my old house. No, I had a neighbor, my best friend growing up, he took us to a legitimate airsoft place, like where you have actual wars.
No shit.
We got there. I'm in jeans and a white T-shirt.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to have goggles. That's a requirement.
Sure.
I'm like, that's fair.
Smart. That checks.
So I brought my snowboarding goggles.
Nice.
And they go, what are those? I'm like, first of all, why are you all in ghillie suits?
Yeah.
Why are you all over the age of 35?
Right.
Like, this is freaky. It's a whole compound.
That's how they should get that aggression out of wanting to shoot kids. Do it with airsoft guns.
Exactly. But this guy takes my goggles and point blank shoots them and puts a dent in him. He goes, you're lucky it didn't go through. I'll let you wear these. I go, who the fuck is going to be shooting me from this close?
He just ruined a nice pair of fucking snowboarding goggles.
Exactly. And I was like, I look at my buddy Joel, and I'm like, where the fuck did you take us?
Yeah, no shit.
And then we did a safety or like rundown, like what you can and cannot do.
Yeah.
I'm like, what can't you do here? This is war.
Right. It's war.
This guy who's like, he's like, I was in the Cold War. What? He goes, what about the claymores?
Yeah,
I go, did you say claymores? They're like, yeah, but it can only spray this amount of feet. Like, is that the kind you have? He goes, yes.
They have airsoft explosives?
Yeah. And I was like,
time to wake up.
Work gym?
Uh-oh.
It goes to my phone.
Answer it.
No.
Come on. Let me answer it.
Anytime Fitness. How can I help you? No, I was like, yeah, Claymores. No. I'm like, you better be on my fucking team.
Yeah.
It was insane. I've never been more scared in my life.
You said you had woods behind your house as a kid? Me too. Did it feel like anarchy out there? You could do anything you wanted?
Oh, yeah. It was the greatest thing. I grew up, I will always say this, I grew up in the greatest neighborhood of all time, in my opinion. It was, I hated the neighborhoods that were huge.
Yeah.
Where you didn't know, like when you got into your friend's neighborhood and it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was like 50 blocks, it felt like.
For sure.
Just roads everywhere. I'm like, how do you know how to get home?
Yep.
My neighborhood, one in, one out.
Yep.
It was a circle with
Same.
a road through it. That was it.
We had a circle, couple ways out, but yeah.
We had one way in, one way out. It was on the edge of Franklin.
Yeah.
My best friend was 3 doors down. I was friends with the kid 2 doors down. Across the street were my brother's best friends. The other side of the neighborhood was my other good friend. We had everyone ranged from, I don't know, at the time, 6 to 14.
Sure.
I mean,
it's a little gang,
backyard,
dude.
Yeah, backyard. There was like 20 of us. Mm-hmm. Backyard baseball, backyard football, woods in the backyard.
Yep.
Our parents were all like outdoorsy. So Halloween time, the woods, they made a haunted trail.
That's fucking cool.
Which was amazing. Like my dad was sitting in tree stands dropping like mummies on people and shit. Like they were charging people to come through it. Neighborhoods would come.
What?
Yeah, it was the greatest fucking thing. They just line up in the field.
Were your parents friends with like all the other parents in the neighborhood, and they would have like neighborhood parties, and you guys would go together?
They'd have
like
bonfires in our backyard, and we'd play night games around our house.
Yep.
It was fucking phenomenal.
Very similar upbringing, dude. Hell yeah.
Greatest childhood you could ask for.
But then when you got to like your mischievous years, did you guys like fuck around with the neighbors and shit?
Yeah. First time I got in trouble with the cops, full circle with the airsoft stuff.
Yeah, I got some airsoft shit too, yeah.
We, I don't know. There was a time where, like, I think 14, 15, whatever your parents said, you're just like, no.
Yeah.
And my dad, I had like 3 buddies sleep over, and he just looks us dead in the eyes. He goes, do not sneak out tonight. We go to the basement, and I go, what time do you guys want to leave the house? And we left, and we just like, we'll just go ding dong ditch. Yep. We'll do whatever. And one kid threw rocks at some kid's window. We went to someone's backyard. We saw our buddy's little brother playing on the computer in their living room.
Yep.
We're creeps. We're staring through the fucking window.
Yeah.
And he went up and he just slapped the window. And we watched this kid hit the fucking ceiling. And then we went to my buddy Joel's house, and he chased us outside with an airsoft gun as the cops were coming. When the cops came, he ditched the gun into a bush. He got away, and we all got busted for being past curfew. Yeah.
There's curfew in Franklin?
There's curfew if you're under the age of 18
No shit.
in Wisconsin, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's 11 p.m. is curfew. Yeah.
It's a free-for-all in Iowa. Dude, we used to... Yeah, always like... It started as ding-dong ditching. And actually, when we were like little kids, we would do this thing where we would like dance. Like cars would come down. Like, this is a highway. This is so stupid. We would like kind of try to like flag them down and like dance in front. And then we would like dash off into the woods. And then we started like people would stop too, and then like we heard about the rope game.
Yeah,
we would do that, and then we started ding dong ditching. But eventually, like I remember one time, and this is like in our neighborhood, like you're saying, it's not that big of a neighborhood.
No,
like,
they know
the
who's
kids.
doing it. Yeah.
And we it was started as ding dong ditching. We got pretty good at that, and then I remember one time, one of my friends was like, I'm going to shit on someone's doorstep.
Oh, shit. You went this far.
And I was like, I didn't. But I was like, how? I mean, yeah, it gets even worse than this. But I was like, how are you going to do that? So he devised this plan to take a shit on a paper plate. And he carried the paper plate.
What's the plan? Shit on the plate?
Shit on the plate. And he's going to smear it on the doorstep.
Oh.
So we're in the ditch across the street, like watching this happen. And he goes up and like, I don't know how he didn't see, because this old lady, she was a lunch lady at our elementary school. We were like years gone now.
Lunch is served.
Yeah. And she like opens the door and there's like the glass door. She's like watching him. And we're like, TJ. And he just like looks up. It's like, oh shit. And fucking ran away. We didn't get busted, but...
She watched him take
She was watching him. No, she was watching him smear his paper plate on. She didn't do it. It was like, it must have been, it felt like a year, but it must have been like 4 seconds.
How old was this lady? Did she think he was helping her?
She was, I don't know. She was probably trying to figure out what was going on. I don't know. She must have been in her 50s.
You can't, if that's not your first guess that that's what they're doing, because that's so absurd.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's not like, yeah, this kid's like rubbing shit on my doorstep in this sweet summer evening. Yeah, and then... Dude, yeah, we were really naughty. I think the statute of limitations is up. Then we had airsoft, but did you have BB guns growing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pellet guns?
Pellet guns, yeah. Well, BB and pellet.
I got one for you after this. Yeah.
We started, God, there's so many stories I could tell you. And then eventually we started lighting bottle rockets at houses. And like, I'll never forget one time.
You ever a Roman candle war?
Oh, yeah, all the time. We would do with the bottle rockets, we would like take the rocket part like off the stick. And we call it like rocket roulette. And we'd light it and throw it in the air and see like if it would like, so it would like zoom past your head and shit.
Fuck,
I know,
that's
we're
insane.
just bored, dude. We're just bored. There's nothing to do. We haven't started drinking yet, you know? And
Thank God.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's I used to do a joke about that where it's like drinking saved me from probably getting like killed by someone who thought it was like an
Losing
intruder.
A limb, yeah.
Because then one time we were like, my buddy lived like in this town like 45 minutes away. He like open enrolled at our school. So no one in this neighborhood knew who we like at all. And we had these like Black Cat firecrackers. And so we went to go throw them on his porch, which is insane to think back. But like we didn't know that the overhang of the porch was a tin roof. So it sounded like a fucking bomb going off.
Yeah.
And this dude came out of the house so fucking fast and started fucking chasing us. And like we used to have like we would like
that was
record
the
it
best when they actually came out. I
Dude.
got someone get in a car once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Oh, dude, I could tell you. I wanted to start a podcast about like mischievous stories as a youth because there's so many.
So many.
Dude, your BB gun story. What's your BB gun story?
And I got one about a bomb too. This is gonna be so fun. So we often would just like shoot the pellet gun.
Yeah.
You shoot them at milk jugs filled with water.
Sure.
My favorite was my dad let me shoot a spray paint can once, and watching that thing just into the neighbor's yard and just paint our lawn was so cool. But we have a bunch of family over, and my dad built this garden for my mom, and it had this like over thing,
an arch,
hang plants, stuff like that. So we put it on top of it, and we're shooting at the thing, and we're young, we miss it a few times, or it's a milk jug, it goes through.
Sure.
Well, our backyard, just to paint a picture, is backyard, field, woods.
Okay.
Well, in the back right corner where we're shooting is a thin strip of woods house.
Oh, shit.
And so we're shooting, and all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, stop. Someone's coming out. And the guy and my dad meet in the field. And my dad comes back and goes, well, apparently every shot that's missed has gone into the siding of this guy's house, as well as one being lodged in his grandson's jacket.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And he goes, we're fine. Well, I understand. This is Midwest nice for sure, here. This is Midwest, and he goes, we're fine. Maybe stop.
Yeah,
also,
maybe stop.
And this is my favorite part.
Yeah.
My dad comes back, he's telling all this, and we're like, Jesus Christ, like, are we okay? He goes, actually, he's seen my truck before. My dad has a very recognizable truck. He did. It had Granite Builders on the side. I probably should stop out my dad right now. He goes, do you do home remodel and construction? He goes, yeah. He goes, I've been meaning to redo my siding. I'll pay you to redo the siding on our house. My dad got a job for shooting his grandson.
Holy shit. So my BB gun story was similar to that, but opposite intent-wise. Because then there was this one house that we like made up. It got built like after, because like all these houses have like been built since the 80s, right? And then there was this one on this lot that got built, and it looked like a church, but it was like very like plain, and so like we like built up this. So it's like a satanic church. So we would go there and we would shoot BB guns at that in the middle of the night. Shoot BB guns at the house, and that is a shitty thing to do. But then for whatever reason, I think I was grounded. I couldn't be there. Like they all spent the night, and they were doing it, and the dude was like must have been like waiting, and like again ran out and chased him, but like got one of my friends, and then they had called the cops, and like he was my buddy who like was kind of like we were all at his house. I won't call him the mastermind. He was like supposed to go over there and like work the chores off, and I remember like after like a couple weeks I was like, are you still going over there? He's like, nah, I quit going.
Yeah, I've gotten lucky with stuff like that where I just wasn't able to stay at just that one time, like parents like, no, you're not staying over, and then that's the night all my friends get in trouble and shit. I'm like, thank God.
Yep, no shit.
Dude, my middle brother.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay.
So I have two. We're all 2 years apart. So I'm 26, 24, 22.
Okay.
My middle brother and my youngest brother, they were just not good at getting away with shit.
Yeah.
They got caught for everything.
Yeah.
They also were just dumb. My middle brother, you know what a works bomb is?
No.
It's like, I'm gonna butcher this, but I'm pretty sure it's like toilet bowl cleaner, tin foil.
Oh, he built this.
He built a like. Baby MacGyver. Like at one point, my dad bought us blow dart guns.
Sure.
All blow dart guns. He went into the woods with his buddies, shot like 10 frogs with blow dart guns, and then threw them on our neighbor's roof. So this is the kind of guy he was growing up. So we were all big into like Coke and Mentos and exploding shit. Yeah. He just was like 0 to 100 right away. Works bomb. I'll never forget this. I'm laying on the couch. My dad is in his office. In the back.
Your parents are home and he's about to detonate
just
a bomb.
My dad, which I'd rather my mom home because he could be like, sorry.
Yeah.
And my mom isn't going to.
Moms are like, dad, you kids.
I thought was going to throw my brother through the window.
Yeah.
But my brother goes into the woods. Not even into the woods. He's at the edge of the field so you can fucking see him. Okay? He's not hiding. You can see him.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I have no idea this is happening and I'm watching TV and you hear, boom. The house on my life shook. Rattled, and before it was done rattling, my dad was already outside.
Yeah.
He ran through the hallway, through the kitchen, out the sunroom, in the backyard, and I think had him by the throat. He goes, what the fuck was that? I'm like, dude, how did you build that?
Yeah,
and
no
how
shit.
are you not dead?
Yeah.
It's intense.
He's a chemist now.
Yeah, he's a chemist now. He's legally blind in one eye now.
Yeah, yeah.
He actually is, but from a disease, not from
nothing, not related.
No, but that's the best way to grow up, I think. It's
I
just
agree.
You have supervision. It's not like our parents' supervision. My dad would always be like, yeah, we would leave, and my parents would be like, just be back for dinner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
no, same.
And they would tell us all the time, every Christmas, they're like, we used to climb, my dad and his like siblings used to climb in the sewers of Milwaukee and sneak into the Milwaukee Zoo.
Yeah, that's fucking rad. That's super rad. I don't think you knew him. He was a comedian that used to come around, but he's crawled around in the sewers. He was like, dude, there's miles and miles of those tunnels. But there can be like noxious gas, so you can get fucking killed in there.
I'm gonna be honest. That's not something I will ever aspire to do. Unless there was some
tunneling.
Unless there was some serious like conspiracy that people live down there.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee sewer system.
The Milwaukee mole people.
There is no interest. In my body to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go walk around there today.
What if it's like Armageddon? Are you going in the sewers?
If to save my life, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Do whatever to save my life, but just. Hey, what are you doing today? I'm like, I'm gonna go sewer walking.
See, if I had the gear, if someone told me like I think I could probably figure out what I need to wear. I'd go in.
What
check
do
it out.
you need to wear? Just like
I don't know,
hazmat suit.
Yeah,
and boots?
maybe. Bring a respirator. Like wear some. I won't say bibs. Wear some waders.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you don't know what's in there.
Depends on the day. Is it like high water, low
Sure.
water?
Yeah.
Well,
the thing that I've heard about it is like if you don't have like good flashlight, you can be walking and then it's just like a 30-foot drop.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So you could easily just die.
Yeah.
I'll crawl around in there. See
I'm
what's
fine.
Up.
I'll let you do that. You report. I'll give you the camera. You can take
there we
it
go.
down.
There you go. You could do a man in the sewer. No one's done that before. Man in the sewer instead of man on the street. That's great.
There we go. We'll do a podcast from down there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably a video on YouTube of someone just walking.
For sure.
There's a video for everything.
I hung out in the in the woods. Did you have like any like behind my house was like it was Army Corps of Engineer land, but then they had like this like horse stable. So there was like these huge culverts. So we just like hang out in the culverts as like the water ran through.
No, we had this tiny little creek that would go through. It not like really anything.
Yeah.
It was a dirt bike track and then giant field that we just went to someone else's backyard and we're digging holes for airsoft boards and stuff like that. We were building like legit like manholes and stuff like that. We're like, what are you doing,
dude?
There was I remember discovering it, but by the dirt bike thing, we just like, dude, there's a tree house back here.
Oh shit.
Which is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
And we always wanted to get up there. And we found out later, like right when we told my dad, he goes, "Oh, I built that." He goes, "I built that for the McKenna boys when they were younger."
Nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't go up there now.
Also, your dad's holding out on you on the treehouse. He had a treehouse and like didn't even fucking tell you guys.
Yeah.
What are you holding out on for, Dad?
It's I don't know. For me, it was just always because I've never been up there.
Yeah.
It was always a mystery, and I'm like, what's in there?
Yeah.
Nothing's
a bunch of
in
raccoon
there,
shit.
Like,
probably
yeah,
your dad's right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if there's a body?
A body.
I think that was always like, well, there's a body here.
See, I feel like I would be like, what if there's porno mags in there?
Two different schools of thought. For me, my thought, anytime I was in the woods or anytime I'm like out in nature, I'm like, I'm going to discover shit.
Yeah.
Like, I told my girlfriend this, like, I want to go to Egypt so bad because that whole history
For sure.
really entertains me, it intrigues me. But I think deep down, I think I'm going to solve something when I go there.
You be Indiana
like,
Jones.
I'm going to be the one who's like, hey, guys, there's a door here. Have you tried this
one? Right. And they're like, actually, you were related to the Pharaoh. Only a Pharaoh would know this.
Exactly.
Ah, damn.
Deep down, I think I'm
Good
way more important than I actually am.
Yeah.
But, you know, it makes life more fun.
I'll take you fossil. You want to find some fossils? We go find some fossils.
Sure, why not? What's your favorite field trip you do?
Canoeing. I take them into McGuanago.
You're like a young Pat Gain.
Dude, I canoe with Pat Gain. Shout out Pat Gain. I know he's a big watcher.
Yeah. Only when his son's on.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, I do.
Pacifico, High Life, Corona Premier, New Glarus, Spotted Cow, Coors Banquet, Busch Light, Miller Light.
Damn, dude, you got your
Summer
liquor license
Shandy.
over there? That's insane.
Yeah.
Pacifico, please. Thank you. You got that bottle opener, the most confusing bottle opener of all time.
It's not. It's only confusing because it's off the wall.
Yeah, right. So it hangs like this. So you guys can watch me struggle.
It took me a while to get it.
I did it before. Nope.
No, you had it.
I did
Lean forward, then back. There you go. I grabbed you one. I didn't even grab me one. I'm gonna go Pacifico too. I like the lighter Mexican beers.
Me too. Pacifico's my favorite, probably.
Really?
Or Tecate.
I think mine is Land Shark, and then this is a close second.
Is Land Shark a Mexican beer?
No, it's a Jimmy Buffett beer.
Oh,
my
nice.
mom got me on Land Sharks. I'm not a beer snob.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
I honestly hate I don't hate most beers, but like I'm not an IPA guy.
Sure.
Are you?
I mean, I'll drink. I'm just not picky.
It's just for me, if I'm gonna drink beer, it's one of those things where like if I'm drinking beer, I'm gonna have like 6 of them.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have something I know I can have 6 of.
Yeah.
Than like IPAs. If I have 6 of them, my mouth tastes like a bag of dicks.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000,000%.
Have that bottle.
And your hangover will be fucking horrible. Yeah. And I've been trying to like do like gin and tonics, and it's like, well, I'll have 2 of these and I only have a couple beers, but I'll have 2 of those and 5 beers, and I'm like, fuck, this defeats the purpose.
Yeah. Now beer, not a snob. So like my mom showed me Land Shark, and it's because I'm not a Corona fan, like a straight like Corona Extra. It's got a skunky taste to it. I can drink them.
Well, yeah. What was the one you said? Ultra.
Corona Premier. My little brother dropped those off when he was here last. They're not bad.
Yeah.
Like the lighter beers, I'm fine with.
Sure.
I can have like 6 of them. It'll get me where I want to be, and I don't feel disgusted.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen you have a PBR. Are you too good for the PBR?
I'm not too good. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I think PBR tastes like the can it comes in.
Well, that's fair.
PBR tastes like I'm in a basement in college.
Exactly.
I don't know a single person.
Exactly.
You're all sweaty for
Nostalgia.
some God knows
Yeah.
reason. Yeah. It's not bad. I can drink it. If that's all we had, I definitely down.
What were you drinking in Madison when you were a young college lad? What was any hams? You drinking hams?
Not hams. So I didn't drink in high school, really.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Yeah, crazy. Well, when your dad's your coach for every sport,
yeah,
it's like double punishment.
Like at the high school?
At the high school.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
And then, so I got to college, and I didn't know how to buy booze. So, like, I found someone I went to college was like, can you get me this? So I got like a handle of Captain because I didn't know, like, you should just get cheaper shit.
Sure.
I'm going to be broke soon.
Yeah, exactly.
And then my mom gave me a case of leftover beer from, like, our family picnic, we call it, when, like, everyone in our family comes to our house. And so I had a 24-pack of Miller Genuine Draft. And that was my first, like, case of beer I ever, like, owned.
That is hilarious.
And I kept it in one of my drawers. I didn't even put it in because it didn't fit in our fridge. So I had warm beers, genuine drafts.
Oh my God.
And I had one, and I was like, I gave them all away. Fucking gross.
So I'm like 65, or my fucking like 80-year-old grandfather drinks, dude.
I don't even know. I don't see genuine draft anymore.
Yeah, you're right. When I think of Miller Genuine Draft, I think of a NASCAR from the 1990s, Rusty Wallace.
Yeah.
That's it's gone.
But in terms of what I drank,
You should have kept that case. It would have been worth something.
it probably is worth a lot. There's probably one beer still in that drawer that no one's drinking. It's just like the MGD drawer. No, when it got to like when I was like buying beer consistently, I had a fake ID and whatnot. We were doing in Madison. It was like Keystone, Natty Light. You ever heard of Cool?
Is it in like a purple case?
It's a blue
case.
light.
Yeah,
Cool Light. Cool
Yes,
There was one that was like sweet.
And
was
it's like
fucking-
$12 for 30 of them.
So they got like there's this place called Tags in Madison. You could show up with an ID that said, I'm 12 years old from Japan, and the picture's a kangaroo, and they literally touch them and be like, you're good to go.
Yeah,
And we're like,
yeah.
all right, sweet.
Nice.
Greatest place on earth. And they had this like weird deal where they got like, we thought it all fell off a truck, but you can buy a cardboard container, not a case. It just came in like a
mix and match thing.
It was just a 24-pack of Cool. Came in like a cardboard little like plate almost. It's just like
a pallet. You're talking about the pallet.
A pallet.
Yeah,
cardboard
yeah,
pallet.
yeah,
Just
yes.
24.
Yep.
And every time you bought 24, you got a free 4-pack.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And so our big thing was Thursdays. I'd get out of accounting with my roommate. We'd run to Tags. We each get 2 24-packs and 2 4-packs.
Nice.
We go into my room. We get whoever we can in the house. Have a power hour.
Oh, God.
Power hour and a half.
God.
And then I would go to work.
Did you work at a bar?
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. Yeah. So how did you get your fake ID? Like, was that like when China was like you could buy them online and shit?
I don't remember because I was in a fraternity. Someone else did it for me. So they're like, just send us $120. You'll
Nice.
get 2 IDs. Yeah. We'll let you know, or just let us know where you want to be from. I chose Kentucky and my exact home address.
That's smart though. So
Which is smart because I was like, I know my address. All I have to say is Kentucky.
Right.
But yeah, I had those, and then we got like Minnesota fakes. There was a time where like Minnesota fakes were like, they were really good because they were no fake IDs don't bend.
Yep.
These Minnesota ones, they're special because real Minnesotas are super pliable.
Sure.
And these fake ones were the same material.
No shit.
But like they could tell.
Yeah.
They learned after 6 months.
Sure.
But for a while they were untouchable.
Interesting.
They were amazing.
I went to community college straight out of high school, but like in like 2 hours away from my hometown, and we were at like. They didn't have dorms, so we all like had these apartments at 18, which is fucking insane already. And the very first party that we were at, this dude came up, white guy, important for the story, came up and he's like, "Hey man, what's your name?" I'm like, "I'm AJ. What's your name?" He goes, "Well, people call me City Kev." I was like, "Okay, all right, Kev." He has Kev.
Oh
like,
shit!
In his fucking blonde, white, very white dude. I was like, "Oh yeah, where are you from?" Like expecting like Chicago. It's Iowa City. I'm like, "All right," and we're in Cedar Rapids, like 30 minutes away. He's like, "You want a fake ID?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, for sure." He's like, "All right, come to my apartment tomorrow." And like, told me where he lives, and I got like a Florida one, and I think it cost me about the same, like $100 or something.
Yeah.
And we had to like find like a place to go because this is like a smaller Iowa City, not Iowa City, a city in Iowa. Cedar Rapids. So like I would go to like the town, like part of town that like got like just ravaged by a flood like years before. So it's just like really shitty. I remember going in and I got all nervous because I was buying it for like everybody. So I was getting like 4 Locos and like 2 cases of I think Keystone Light 30 racks. And the lady was like, "Oh, Florida, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, what are you doing up here?" And I'm like, "Oh, I play football for which is another university in town." And I'm like skinny as shit. She was like, "Oh yeah, okay, sure you do," and like scanned it.
That's got to be tough having a fake ID in like a no-name town kind of thing. So like, everyone's gonna be like, "Bullshit."
Exactly.
Also, we know you, AJ.
Yeah, exactly. No shit. Yeah, every Friday we would always start out with everyone would get a 4 Loco, like right when 4 Loco came out, 2010, when we were freshmen, and like. Dude, starting it off with the 4 Loco when you like I'd been drinking in high school, but not like free range whenever you wanted. Yeah, we used to get fucking hammered, dude. Like bad, really bad.
4 Locos will fuck you up. I think
they legally had to change the formula because it was so bad.
They came out. Natural Light came out with a 4 Loco equivalent. I think it was called like a Natty Rush.
Oh god,
same size. I watched my buddy shotgun one.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, we're good." I'm like, "You're not going to be okay." Yeah. And we went to one bar, asleep instantly. Fucking done.
That same year, same dudes that I hung out with, because like the apartment complex had like security, you know? They weren't like really cops. We all actually ended up getting like in trouble through them, but same sort of thing. Like we weren't going to a bar, but like our buddy was like hosting like us all in his place, and he like passed out, so we all left. And the doors, when they close, they lock immediately, so we couldn't get back in there. And so he lived on the second floor, and this dude that I knew at the time, I grew up with him too. He was like, what did he do? He was an athlete. I can't remember what he did at UNI, but just really strong dude. And he scaled up to the second level balcony, got in the sliding glass door, and went in and just started blaring music and got out and climbed back down. So it is like they had an amazing sound system in there. It is like blaring. And this dude is still not waking up, and so we were just like sitting across the other building because I had a balcony where you could like see. Yeah. And the security's just pounding on the fucking door, and he does not wake up. They end up like having to I think they ended up going in there, and he got like a $60 ticket for a noise complaint because he was passed out on 4 Loco.
He's lucky it was only 60.
Yeah.
I've gotten noise complaint. I think I had a party for. I'll tell this and then I gotta pee. But I let one of my good buddies, he was a freshman, I was a sophomore. I'm like, "You can use my apartment." When you're a freshman, you want someone who's like gonna let you do whatever you want. Yeah. You don't want to find somewhere to go. So I'm like, "My apartment's yours." So we threw his 19th birthday party at my place. I'm like, "Invite whoever you want. I'm gonna turn away whoever." Yeah. I got him blacked out before anyone showed up. Yeah. But we ended up getting noise complaint ticket and 2 underages because we were hosting people, and we didn't get busted. Someone had ecstasy in our bathroom. They hotboxed our bathroom. They just were like single file line. Otherwise, you're getting a ticket for everyone. Luckily, I was peeing outside when it happened, so my roommates got the tickets. And you're lucky, dude. Damn. But I was like, obviously, I'm going to help you pay for all this. And you guys agreed to have the party. My favorite thing with that is they apparently told my room. I was about to come in, and I see the cops, and the other buddy I was like peeing with, I was like, don't go over there. And my roommate sees me and goes, what the fuck, dude? Come here.
Right.
Fuck no. I'm not. Why would I add another ticket to this? No. Like, I'm not. Absolutely not. And apparently they told my roommates, you need everyone to leave in a single file line, orderly. Otherwise, you will get tickets for every person here, which they can do.
Why the single file line?
I don't know. They just want orderly. Madison cops kind of, they're either really cool, like they've seen a lot of shit, or they're like, I've had enough.
Yeah. What are they, aspiring teachers?
Get the fuck, exactly. And so the guy whose birthday it was, and when we graduated, I told his mom this story, and his mom offered to pay me for the $600 tickets fucking 4 years later. And he was the last one to leave. And he looks at the cops and goes, suck my fat cock, motherfucker, and then left. And they're like, no. And they're like, you're lucky he's the last one. I'm like, it's his birthday, sorry. Thank God. It's his birthday card, you get out of so much.
Yeah, no shit. That's hilarious.
I'm going to pee. Are you doing any shows soon? Just do that while I'm peeing.
Yeah. What do I got coming up? I'm going to be in April. I'm going to be in Columbus, Ohio, Iowa City, Iowa. I don't even know. I got a bunch of local shit. ajgrillcomedy.com. You can find that. Follow me on Instagram at aj.grill. Grill like a grill. I don't know what I got. I should have. Comedy special. Yeah. Go to YouTube. AJ Grill. I'll quit when I'm 30. It is stalling out at 1.5 thousand views. So please, all 700,000 of Michael's listeners, watchers, please watch it 10 times and make me YouTube famous. Okay, you can cut this out. You just take over the podcast. Also, you got a flashing light. Does that mean that it's low on battery, this camera? Is that a low battery flash on this camera?
No.
Oh, no, I'm going to whiz.
The flashing light just means it's recording. It's actually the one thing I look for every time we do this. Because I have done podcasts and not hit record on a camera.
I've been on podcasts where they're like, oh, yeah, we didn't get it.
That's the fucking worst. All right, I'm doing Madison Square Garden, April 4th. Yeah. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? That's a good question. You got a dream venue you want to do? Seriously, go check out the special. No one heard me at all. I had my microphone off. It's all right. I said I turned my microphone off when I went to the bathroom, so no one heard my little promo. Bummer. Don't know. I'll be at Madison Square Garden April 4th. Me and AJ opening up for... Who should we open up for?
Watch the Knicks game.
Yeah. Do you have pipe dream venue you'd want to perform at?
No. Any club in the country.
Right.
I mean, that's not true. I would like to...
go pipe dream. Like
Pipe dream? I mean, the Comedy Cellar in New York.
Comedy Cellar in New York. That would be... I think in terms of, like, actual comedy venues, that'd be cool. If I could ever sell out a place, and I'd say this once, I would... Red Rock.
That would be rad. That would be super cool. That would be fun to do. What's like the most people you've ever played for?
Comedy on State.
Okay. I mean, that's still pretty... That's still a club, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm barely a year in.
Damn, is that right?
Technically, I did...
Oh, we've talked about this. You took some months off. And
I did it once, and then I didn't do it again for 5 months.
So that's pretty common. I feel like a lot of people have that.
I just wanted to say I did it before I turned 25, and then I didn't do it until... I actually thought about on the way to High Note yesterday, it was the 1-year anniversary of my first show at High Note.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was cool. It was my first show, and then... So basically, a year of me being booked on anything.
Right. Yeah, the bigger it gets, like the harder. I like it when I can touch the ceiling and stick my leg out and touch the front row of the crowd. Like I like it to be like intimate. Like that's like
I'm 5'8". I can't do either, but I know what you're saying.
It's like anytime it's like this, that just like really tight, close knit thing. I mean, the big venues are cool too, and it's fun to like have that many people out there. But I like the small, intimate. Like it's just I don't know. That's where comedy should be.
I like it more intimate too. Yeah. That's why I think like Madison, that comedy on state, it's perfect
because that's the best of both worlds. Like maybe you can't touch the ceiling, but they're right on top of you, and like but then it just spans out for so you know
size room.
It's perfect.
It's so fun.
Yeah, best comedy club on fucking planet Earth.
It's what?
The best comedy club on planet Earth.
Yeah. I love it. Everyone there loves being there too. Like the staff loves being there. I've never seen someone upset that they're at work there.
And never for sure. And I mean, there's other comedy clubs that I love, but that one is just like, I mean, it's been there for 35 years or whatever. Like they have it down to a science. They know what they're doing.
You see the wall too of everyone who's been there.
Yeah.
All of them say like, this is an unbelievable place.
I mean, you listen to any comedy podcast, like it will come up that like Comedy on State fucking rules.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I listen. So, who's your favorite comedians?
Got like Roy Scovel, Kyle Kinane. I don't want to butter his biscuit too much. Sam Talent is one of my faves to watch. I hate that he's never gonna see this. Yeah, probably Roy Scovel and Kyle Kinane. I'll send it to him. I was supposed to be in Fargo with him this weekend, and then he's like, yeah, sorry, they already got a feature. I was like, okay, cool, dude, thank you.
I have yet to see him.
He's great.
I really want to.
He's just, he's very. No one can be Sam but Sam, which is cool. That's what the best. That's what I love about Roy Scovel too. Do you know Roy Scovel?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like no one can be Roy Scovel but Roy Scovel. Yeah. And honestly, he's getting huge now. But Nate Bargatze also is really fucked.
He is. I don't like clean comedy, but I love him.
Yep.
I absolutely love him.
And it's the same thing. It's just like he's just himself, and that's what's the best.
He's one of those comics because it seems like in the last 3-4 years he's gone through the roof.
Yep.
Where it's just like he stuck with himself so long enough where people finally realize, oh, this is actually amazing.
Yeah.
Because I've seen his older stuff. It's him.
Yep.
Through and through.
For sure. And what he does is it's not easy to do to make clean comedy. I mean, clean comedy is more accessible, but to make it appealing to everybody like you and me, like, I mean, it's really impressive.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I like usually dirtier stuff. And I like stories. So I'm a big Segura guy.
Sure.
My favorite growing up, like when I first introduction to comedy was the blue collar comedy.
Oh yeah, that was huge, dude. Of course, dude.
Absolutely loved it.
All right, can I guess who your favorite one is?
Of the four?
Yeah.
Sure.
Ron White.
It's either him or Bill Engvall.
Bill Engvall, yeah. Ron White was definitely my favorite.
He's dirty, and it like, even then you're like, you're not supposed to be saying this stuff, which is why I loved it.
Right, exactly. And he's got he had like the old school. He doesn't do it anymore. Well, I think he does, but he's sober, so it's like I think it's like Coke or something in the glass. Yeah. But like smoking the cigar and fucking, I
thought that was so cool watching when I was younger, like 12. Yeah. And now when I was older watching, I'm like, like if I drank that, like if I refilled my glass and drank that, the last 15 minutes of me talking was just and I was smoking. Yeah. That's something I have.
A cigar, nonetheless. That's not an easy thing to smoke and talk.
It's like, that's how so many people actually throw up. Like, I've seen so many friends throw up, like, they just drink so much, which is basically like, the way I put it, it compresses your head. So you ever drink a lot, you feel like your head get, like, tighter.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the cigar opens you up.
Yeah.
Which I think opens your whole, that you're just
out of balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cigar will fuck you up, but I love. We have the cool. You ever been to Maduro in Madison?
No.
Okay, next time you go, instead of going to, I won't ruin anything, your breakfast place.
Yes.
Watch to the end of the special.
Smut and Eggs. Yeah. Watch it.
Instead of going there, go to Maduro. It is hands down my favorite bar in Madison, and I worked at a bar, and I got away with murder there.
Can you smoke in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can smoke in there. Try and get. It's pretty intimate. It's about the size of this apartment.
Nice.
We go in the corner table. It's just like a little cutout.
Yeah.
And the age of 21, 22. We go there, smoke cigars, drink whiskey, and just you talk about. That's my favorite kind of hanging out.
For sure.
Is basically this: drink, hang out, watch like a YouTube video, fucking talk about aliens, religion, politics, not religion or politics, but like that kind of shit, and just make fun of people.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. It's literally the coolest spot.
Yeah.
It's so fucking fun.
Well, this is a good time to tell you that I'm converting to Islam. So,
cool.
Yeah.
I don't even have anything to follow up with that. Try and stay safe.
That's do they sell? They must sell cigars there. Nice.
They're cool. Yeah, that's where I learned. I mean, I learned any cigar knowledge I have was
For
there.
sure.
Like they're so friendly. Like we'll cut it for you. Here's all this.
Yeah.
And
I'm a vacation cigar guy. Like that's pretty much the only time but I love it. And I'll like make them like, I don't fucking, it's like anything else. Like you're asking me like about beer and like, I'm not like a snob for anything. So like,
no, neither am I. I know nothing about cigars. Yeah. I know, give me a small one. Cause if I have a big one, I'm done.
Sure.
And then if I really feeling good, I'll almost split one with someone.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say is like I'll make one of those big ones. Like if I'm like on like a 3-day like fishing trip, I'll make that fucker last 3 days. Yeah. Which I think is like if someone who loves cigars would be like, actually,
are you kidding me? That's like a 15-minute cigar.
Yeah, right.
That's an easy burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hate that. But cigars are fun. I would prefer that over. My weed tolerance is so low, so I can't.
Sure.
Like the people who are like, let's just fucking light up. I'm like, nope, because I will check out.
For sure.
I am done. I have conversations.
You've always been like that?
Yeah, because I never went through a weed phase.
Got you.
So I have no problem with it. I will welcome it. I prefer smoking over edibles, but I have access to edibles more than I do smoking. I don't know how to roll. I am weed illiterate, basically. Like I'll do 5 to 10 max, and I'm good. Or I'll just take a few hits, feel it. My favorite way to get high is let me get hammered. Yeah. Come back, throw on comedy, smoke a little bit, and I will laugh my ass off.
There you go, and then pass out.
And then my roommate and I are firmly convinced if you take an edible before you go to bed, let it kick in a bit, then pass out, no hangover.
Interesting.
I don't really get hangovers to begin with.
Oh, good for you.
It's
superior
amazing.
genes.
Yeah. Son of an alcoholic.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Aren't we all, though?
Yeah, we are. We're in the Midwest. Yeah, I never subscribed to the like, oh, when you get older, it's going to be different. And now I'm like, fuck, they were right.
See, I've heard that all the time, and I've heard my friends who've had like massive hangovers throughout college. Yeah. Like I'm thankful I didn't have them in college. Like I'd rather be like you. They've gotten worse. At least you didn't have them as bad in college.
No,
the
definitely
kids
not.
that had like deadly ones. I got a buddy who sees demons on Sundays when he goes out. He goes. Like
he literally
goes. I close my eyes and I see people. I'm like, that's fucked up.
That guy should not be drinking.
He drinks the most. But I asked my dad once we were golfing. I go, hey, out of curiosity, because you're still drinking. Like he's not that.
Hey, Dad, out of curiosity, you ever see demons when you're
hungover? You ever see demons? I'm like, you get hungover, like deadly hangovers when you get older. He goes, fuck no. I'm good.
Dude, good for him.
I'll get like, the worst I get is if I don't sleep enough, I'll get a headache. Yeah. And then if I murder food the night before and it's not good food, I'll be a little like, not nauseous, but I'm like, I don't want to eat next day.
That's why I never got into cigarettes, because I like figured out pretty quick, like if I was like drunk and like bumming cigarettes off of people. I went through a cigarette phase for about a month and a half. And then I figured out that I was like, dude, they make me feel so fucking awful.
They're disgusting. When you said you're a vacation cigar guy, I'm a spring break cigarette guy.
Good for you.
It was the only time I smoked. I hit one cigarette at Alpine Valley once, and I thought I was going to cough out a lung. And then spring break, I remember sitting on the balcony in, what's it called? South
Padre.
Yeah,
I knew you were going to say South Padre. Yeah.
Texas. I'm sitting on the balcony, and my buddy, he's like half asleep, but we have a pack of cigarettes between us. Yeah. And he'd be like, done. We went through a pack in what I thought was 45 minutes. I think half it was probably just like letting it burn.
God damn, dude.
What spring break is a different demon.
I never did like the party spring break. Like I went to a very crunchy hippie school, so like we went out to like, I remember this girl that lived next to us, she was the president of the bike club, and she was basically like, yeah, we got like $5,000 from the university that we have to use up. Do you guys want to join the bike club and go on a free trip to Utah? And we're like, fuck yeah, for sure. And like we got in with these two dudes who we thought were going to be kind of fucking lame. And then as soon as we crossed the border into Colorado, they're like, "Oh, we're going to stop at this gas station," which was conveniently next to a dispensary.
Yeah.
And then we were like, "Okay, these guys are going to be fine."
Yeah.
And we ended up having a fucking fantastic time in Moab. That was super fucking fun. But I never did the South Padres or the what's the one in Florida? Panama City Beach.
I've done both.
Good for you.
My freshman year, we did Panama City, packed into my Mazda, drove down, and then I did my sophomore year, I did South Padre, and then my junior year, my senior year, or I don't know what it was, one of them. My friends, new friends I made, they're like, "We need to go somewhere." I'm like, "I'll go anywhere but South Padre." And then they're like, I'm like, "Just pick it." And then they're like, "All right, we pick South Padre." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm going back."
How did you? So you fly into South Padre? You can't drive there.
We drove. Yeah, you have to.
Is
drive.
there a bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a 26-hour drive.
Jesus Christ.
So we did it the same way both times. Because I went with kids I wasn't like super close with the first time. And the second time it was like my best friends. Yeah. So I'm like, it was
the same people?
No, different people.
Gotcha.
But we went down there. You stop at TCU. You get drunk at TCU. Sleep in the parking lot of the football stadium. Drive to South Padre. Blackout twice a day for 5 straight days. One of your buddy gets an ulcer and falls asleep in the shower.
I was going to ask who got most fucked up. Okay, that guy for sure.
Then you drive back. You stop at Kansas, drink at Kansas, and then go home. And also on the way there, stop at the biggest casino in the U.S., I believe, or one of them. It's like the Windstar. It's got to be in
Oklahoma. Texas, Oklahoma. Yeah. Okay, surprising.
We found it the first time, and then when I told my buddies the second time, I was like, "I promise there's a casino," because it's just like it seems like desert, just like vast land.
It's
like,
just a mirage, dude.
And then it just shows up. I'm like, "Holy fuck, this is huge!" And you get lost in there. It's insane. But yeah, spring break's fun. I did one other one to Arizona to visit my buddy, and he had his spring break the week before, and then he goes, "Fuck it, I'll just take another week off."
Good for him.
That's senior.
Where'd he go? Arizona State.
U of A.
Okay, well they're all the same. You grab me a beer.
A little less grimy. Yeah, what do you want?
I'll do let's mix and match.
Take whatever you want.
Let's try one of these Corona Premium Premier.
You skinny bitch, 90 calories.
I know. I worked out today, so gotta stay thin.
I did a little run. I was like, I plan on.
You're running with your little. Hand me that bottle opener. You're running with the appendicitis.
I'm lifting now. Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
I
didn't gather that.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm at like 90. I feel like a week low, bitch.
Yeah.
Which I'm definitely not. I mean, I work out for a living, which sounds terrible to people, but I could do probably a 5-minute montage of you fucking with that.
Please do.
There you go, and then back. Oh, you got it.
I don't think that was the right way at all.
But yeah, I'm probably at like 90% of what I was doing before.
Right.
My core, though, I mean, I got 3 incisions into my core, and then what I thought was a turkey baster going me to get that abscess out.
Jesus.
So that's pretty weak right now.
Yeah.
And I did like 1 core exercise last Friday, and I felt it till about today.
Did the abscess, because you said you're going to go visit your girl.
Yeah.
Did that give you points, or you're like, "Sorry, babe, I got an abscess"? She's like, "Fucking gross, dude. We got to rethink things."
No, she was actually the exact opposite. She's like, "You need to be like walking." So like, we went on walk. I didn't want to walk. Like, it hurt.
Yeah.
So after all that, trying to pee and your bowel movements are the worst fucking thing in the world. Like, after the surgery, I felt the shit go through my body, and then when it got to like your waistband area, it was like pins and needles, and I'm
it's like a kidney stone for your butt.
Yeah. And then after I peed, after the abscess, it would always hurt like right here by...
Even peeing hurt?
The act of peeing didn't hurt, but afterwards, it would like trying to stretch. It was always like super tight. And so I was like, it's not fun to walk. And she's like, you need to fucking walk. And she's a nurse. She's like,
she is.
Yeah, she's like, get over it. I'm like, all right. And to be honest, it was good because I said on one of the other episodes, I was
I hope she called you a pussy.
Basically, yeah. But I needed it because I think it broke up like a lot of scar tissue or something like that. And when I left that weekend, that's the best I'd felt.
So you did go visit her?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a trooper.
I got out of the hospital Sunday, and then they're like, all right, you have a follow-up. You have a CT scan Wednesday, and then you have a follow-up with your doctor Thursday morning. I was like, my flight's Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you'll find out Thursday morning if you can go. I'm like, I fucking hate you guys.
Jesus Christ.
And I got my CT scan back. They're like, it looked, I got worried.
Yeah.
Because it said my white blood cell was still elevated. Basically, you want it to be at like an 11 or lower.
Okay.
Mine was at like 12.9, 12 and a half, something like that. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I was upset. I was like, I can't go back to the hospital. I can't spend more money. And they were like, I read the thing, and I had my girlfriend read it. It's like, it says abscess is gone, all that. Like, they think it's just inflammation. And the doctor's like, yeah, you can go. I was like, cool. He's like, if it hurts, then go to the hospital.
Yeah, if it hurts to pee, it can't feel good to come.
I couldn't.
I bet not, dude.
Dude, I said it. The last thing to wake up, they told me with anesthesia is your dick. They're like, it's one of the last things to wake up. And so when I went to pee the first time, I honestly peed down my leg. I literally, like, the normal distance you have from the toilet, and I was like, fuck. I was over the toilet and just, like, had to point my dick down and just let it fall.
That's insane.
It sucked. It took me, like, 15 minutes to pee every time. I was like, I remember coming out, and the nurse like, how was it? I'm like, I'm 90.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
fucking
exactly.
90.
Yeah, that's what
what
I was
did
gonna
you
say.
do to
Am
me?
I at a nursing home? Fuck, dude.
Yeah, it was a very humbling experience, but I forgot who. Oh, Chris Schmidt yesterday was like, I'm surprised you came back to comedy. I'm like, I have new material now.
Yeah, you gotta have a couple new minutes on that.
Yeah, I got
almost dying, having an abscess.
You realize how much when you can't do anything, you realize how much you miss and like what you really want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I mean, I think that's what the pandemic did for all of us.
Yeah, for sure. I got so bored during it.
Yeah, that's when I took up fishing again. I started fucking fishing.
I learned how to cook, and now it's one of my favorite things.
I love cooking.
To do.
Yeah, for sure.
I have every kitchen apparatus you can think of.
No shit?
Almost. Name something. I probably got it.
You got a Blackstone griddle?
Okay, not that.
Got him first try, folks.
I live in an apartment.
Yeah.
That was an easy one. I do have, at my mom's, there's a... Traeger.
Oh, the grill or a smoker?
Yeah, Traeger smoker.
Nice.
I could probably just put like a Blackstone on there.
You probably could. Yeah. That's cool. I have a smoker at my house, but it's
charcoal one?
No, it's electric as a matter of fact. But it's this is a local reference. It's Gary Zedzikowski's because we got into fishing and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to buy a smoker." And we caught some fish and we smoked it at my house once. He's like, "Yeah, just keep it here." So I've had it for like 2 years. I just have Gary's smoker. I smoked the Thanksgiving turkey in it this year. Mwah, love it.
Yeah. Oh, smoked turkey? I don't like turkey. I brine the turkey the night before, smoke it. Best turkey I've ever had in my entire life.
Same. It was incredible.
God, it's amazing.
But now he bought a house, so now I'm losing my smoker because Gary can afford a house and I can't.
Gary bought a house, really?
Gary bought a house. Shout out to Gary. I would give you the address, but it's a sweet house too. I'm fucking a little pissed off. I tried to buy my house in the house that I live in. I think it was 2021, and they basically just laughed me out of the bank. So
really,
yeah, I don't have bad credit. I just have no credit, which I guess is worse. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, probably. I think 0 is worse than 1.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's all rigged, folks. Okay, credit scores don't mean anything. Credit scores
until you want to buy a house and you can't.
Credit scores are like when I used to, like my little brother. I would see we'd be watching TV and he'd have a Go-Gurt, and I'd be like, "Damn, I kind of want a Go-Gurt." And I'd be like, "Drew, I'll time you to go get me a Go-Gurt. I'll hold yours while I wait." And he'd run. I would eat a little bit of his Go-Gurt, and he would come back, and I would give him his Go-Gurt with a little bit less, and I would have a full Go-Gurt, and then he'd be like, "What's my score?" And I was like, "I don't know, 7." You know.
Oh. Were you the oldest?
No, I had an older brother. This is good content. He died when I was 18, but so then after that, I mean, I'm the oldest brother now, but no, he was my half brother. So like I was and I wasn't, you know what I mean? Because he had split custody. So sometimes I was, sometimes I wasn't. But yeah, I got a group of 3 brothers. So and you had 2?
I had 2. Yeah.
You get
no
it.
sisters.
No sisters.
No.
They got four boys trying for a girl. Yeah,
3 boys. I don't know what they were trying for, but
yeah,
landed on us.
There you go. It was chaos at all times.
You ever wish you had a sister?
Mm-mm.
I don't either. Everyone's like,
No.
my mom was like, you needed a sister growing up so you guys knew how to talk to women and stuff like that. I was like, but that's not that fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think, dude. My dad, no. They wouldn't have survived. I wouldn't be who I am if I had a sister.
My sister would be a tomboy for sure.
Yeah, it's either that. You almost have to be if you have that many brothers, especially if you're if there was a younger sister.
Or it's just over the top princess.
Yeah, exactly.
To compensate for the testosterone that's coursing through.
So much testosterone. And then once, God, I don't mean to make this up, but once my mom died, dude, it was just a house full of dudes. So I was...
It's a frat house.
It was. Yeah. It's exactly what it was. I was 15. My next youngest brother was 13, 14. My next youngest brother was 10. And my oldest brother was 17, 18. And just like, dude, it was just a fucking free-for-all. Like, it was chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, it ended up fine. We're all functional. But I remember I turned 18. And he might have done this anyway. But, like, at this point, like, my dad sleeps like me. Like, he just will pass out and snore and, like, can't hear it. So I was, like, staying out to whatever I wanted from, like, 15 to whatever. But I turned 18, and he's like, well, you're 18, so you don't have a curfew anymore, but just don't be an idiot. So then, like, the second half of my senior year of high school, I could just do whatever I wanted.
Yeah, I didn't turn 18 till late, so I couldn't check. Were you allowed to check yourself out when you were 18?
What does that mean?
So,
leave early?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
when you were
dude.
18 in high school, you could check yourself out at our school.
We didn't have to do that. It was just like, you don't have class, you just fucking leave.
So many times, and then you're like, all right, you're missing. You have X amount of days you have to be in school.
Yeah.
Because I remember one year we had too many snow days. Like, they asked us, like, hey, do you want to stay an extra 5 minutes every day for the rest of the year, or do you want one extra day at the end of the year? We're like, what?
Yeah, that's insane.
Just add 30 seconds to each class.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Like, who fucking cares? But no, where was I gonna go with this? When was what age were you allowed to stay home alone?
I was thinking about this recently, just because, man, I want to say, like, getting off the bus at, like, I don't know, like 4th grade, we would get, like, my parents would leave, and if my older brother was there, like, I don't know, I must have been like 9, 10, because he would have been like 14, maybe even younger than that. But they'd always say nobody in, nobody out. But I remember getting off the bus and, like, no one would be home for like a couple hours. So, like, that was, dude, I loved that time. That was so fucking fun.
I love my alone time. To this day, I love my alone time.
Yeah.
Like, like when no one's in this apartment and it's just me, I could just sit on my phone on this couch.
For sure.
Love it. I'm like, I don't even want presents near me.
Exactly.
It's nice.
I love my girlfriend very much. That's why I was late today, because I had the house to myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna be 45 minutes. I'm gonna just revel in this a little bit. Yeah.
It's amazing. And I was like, when you're like, I'm gonna be a little later, I'm like, fine. I'm just gonna sit here. No, I asked it because I remember I hated when I was being the oldest. Like, I'm like 13. I'm allowed to watch my brothers.
Yeah.
Or I was like 10 or 12. I was like, watch your brothers. We're going to go somewhere. I'm like, okay, cool. And then when my youngest brother is like 10, 12, they're like, can you stay and watch your brother? I'm like, I was watching them when I was 10, 12. They can watch themselves.
Right, exactly.
And I fucking hated watching them.
I bet you did.
Oh, my God.
The plight of an older brother.
I hate it. Well, they would, because the worst thing a parent can do is tell the person in charge, like a brother, like, hey, you need to make sure they do their chores. I'm like, they don't listen to you. They think they're going to fucking listen to me.
No.
So I'd be like, Andrew, go, like, you need to sweep the kitchen and do the dishes. Yeah. And he's like, no. I'm like, you need to fucking do it. My brother has pulled a knife on me. I'm like, he goes, fuck no. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He has called the cops.
For what? Because you going to make him do the dishes?
Yeah, basically. I was trying to get him to do chores. And then your siblings were like, they're like, I'm going to call mom and dad. I'm like, you do realize you call them, it's going to get worse.
Yeah, right.
It's going to get fucking worse. And he goes, I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, don't call the cops. And all of a sudden, I like let my guard down for a second. And I'm like, okay. I look over. I'm like, the phone's gone. When we had house phones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, the phone's gone. I'm like, Andrew? And you hear nothing. I run to his room, and he's fucking... He's got it in his thing. He's got
dispatch.
I hit him. I never forget this. I ran to his room. I hit him so hard the batteries came out of the phone.
Now the cops have to show up. They're like, this kid
and I was like, did you dial it? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, did you hit call? He goes, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm like, it was like a call hang up.
Yeah.
I thought I got there just in time. Fucking 20 minutes later, squad cars out front door. They're like, is there a problem? I'm like, Andrew, you need to come fucking tell him what's going on. And I was like, no, it was just a misdial and stuff like that. I'm like, God.
Did they tell your parents?
No, they left.
Damn.
Yeah, they trusted us. They're like,
that's hilarious. I love that it was 20 minutes later. Like your brother could have been in actual danger.
There was no rush. It was just like, we'll go check on this.
Oh, fuck.
I called the cops when I was like 2 or 3, my parents said. I just like found the phone.
Yeah, hit 911.
Hit 911, which like is tough to do. I mean,
we had to be intentional. You probably saw it on like a
probably. Yeah. And just like in your brain, 911. And I was just talking to him, wasn't actually saying words, and they showed up. My parents like, "Why are you here?" Like, your kid, I think, called 911.
So if you didn't, you said you didn't drink in high school, so you never like had any parties at your house.
No, never had parties in my house. Never really. Well, the thing is, I didn't. When people started drinking in high school, I had like basically 1-2 friends in high school. I didn't hang out with a ton of people. I did sports and I had a lot of friends, but like the kid I hung out with the most, we didn't do a whole lot. We didn't drink. So once we basically like we're not going to these, we never were invited again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It was just after high school, but I had like 6 cops in my house. That was not fun because you said you lived in a circle neighborhood, right? Yeah. And this dude does watch a lot of my comedy shit. So if you hear this, TJ, sorry. It was a perfect, like, my dad, like, we were freshmen in college, and he was like, even in high school, like, he knew what we were doing, but like, he didn't care as long as we weren't stupid. But like, this one just like kind of got out of hand. Like, people told people, those people told more people. Next thing I know, I have like 40 fucking people at my dad's house. And we have like a pole barn in the back. So like, we're in the barn.
Project X type shit.
Yeah. And so we were like kind of like getting it to like wind down. And this dude who I grew up with lived around the, like, literally, it's a circle neighborhood. You go around the curve, and his house is like right there. He had a pool. And we're like, we're going to go over there for like just a few of us, like after, like have a pool party. We had like, all these people that we hadn't seen in a long time going. And he was like trying to impress this girl for whatever reason. He was like going to like drive her there. We're like, no, we'll just fucking walk, Yeah. And he gets in his car and fucking misses the curve, which he's driven 1,000 times, probably more than 1,000 times. Misses the curve, goes down this ditch, up over the driveway, down the next ditch, and hits this retaining wall. And we are, from that moment, I'm like, we are fucked.
Oh, absolutely.
And next thing, like, we have people, like, the cops, like, because then, like, all my friends that are still there, like, hiding in, like, my dad's house. And so the cops had, like, go through. My little brother at the time is probably, like, 13, maybe. And, like, one of my buddies is, like, hiding. A couple of them are, like, hiding in the closet. And the cops, like, have to, like, come in his room with a flashlight, which probably scared the shit out of him to find my buddies in the closet all drunk. Like, shit, dude.
You caught me.
Yeah. And then the littlest dude of the whole place was the fucking one that was giving the lip to the cops, dude. God damn.
It's always us small guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's little guy syndrome.
Yeah, it is,
We're
for
compensating for lack of everything.
You ever lipped off to a cop?
No.
Okay.
Well, no. I've seen my buddy lip. Actually, yes, once. We that summer, the airsoft summer I was telling you about. So later, or the following year, we had I played lacrosse in high school.
Nice.
And we had this like end of the year party at one of the kids' houses, parents and all, and all the high school guys were hanging out in the front yard, just kind of like. We're too young or too old to play games with our little siblings. Yeah. Too young to go sit with the parents in the backyard. So we're all just kind of like, what the fuck do we do? Like, this is for us, but not at all.
Yeah.
And all our little siblings are paying basically like neighborhood tag, like hide and go seek tag.
Classic.
And they keep annoying our parents. Like, go play with them for a game. So we go. I'm like, we'll count. Go hide. I'm like, we're not going to try that hard.
Yeah.
And as we're counting, this group of kids from our high school, like band kids, actual band kids, come up. I'm like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're playing neighborhood tag with our siblings. And they're like, can we play? I'm like, fucking sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Go hide.
Yeah.
And so we tell them to go hide, and they run down the street. It's nighttime, and they round the corner. And as they round the corner, a squad car turns its lights on and starts chasing him. We're like, what the fuck? And so we're dumb. Yeah. Like, you see cop cars when you're, like, in high school. Like, we got to go. The day before, half the guys in this group ran into a Chinese restaurant, screamed Godzilla, and then ran out.
What?
So they're like freaked out about the cops. Yeah. So they're like, fucking run. One got caught. Like, they chased him out with a bat. I'm like, first of all, wrong race. Like,
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Also, what are they? The cops are like, these are the Godzilla kids. We gotta get them. Like, flip on the cherries, boys. We got the Godzilla kids.
Well, so the cops end up. There was a ding dong disturbing the peace call, which I think were the band kids. And so they see us. Well, they see these kids running, so they chase them. We don't know is another squad car is behind us. So we were like, dude, we got to book it.
Yeah.
No reason. We had done nothing wrong. Yeah. All we're doing is just playing neighborhood tag. We shouldn't be running through people's yards, but whatever.
Yeah.
So we book it. And as we're booking it, we hear, get on the ground now. And my buddy Jared and I are in the front. And we kept going. He goes, now. And I Superman dove, both of us, in the ground. And his house is literally through like the backyard of the next. Yeah. We're like, okay. So there's like 10 of us. We're on our knees, hands on our head, at gunpoint, flashlight.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And earlier that summer or whatever, the summer before, I had gotten this curfew thing.
Yeah.
It's 9:45 at night.
Right.
Okay. It's dark enough.
Yeah.
9:45 at night. He goes, you guys, we got disturbing the peace call. We're like, that's not us. We're thinking it's our little siblings or those guys. Are like, that's not us. We're like, large group of guys. Like, this is probably you guys. I'm like, it's not us. He goes, well, you're at least out past curfew. We're like, and then I'm in front. And I go, no, we're not. Yeah. And my buddy hits me. He goes, shut the fuck up. I go, no, I'm like, I'm not getting another one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And he goes, well, you guys are lucky you didn't keep running. I would have released the dog on you. They had a disturbing the peace call, brought a dog, and then backup came.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And so he's like, you guys are out past curfew. And I go, sir, we're not. Curfew is 11 o'clock. It's not even 10 o'clock right now. He goes, by the time he came back to me, he was like, well, it's 10:05. You guys are out past curfew. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock.
Right.
He goes,
I've got the ticket, dude.
Literally will you can ask whoever. It's not 10. And they end up letting us go. And we're like, so we don't tell our parents this. That we were just held at gunpoint at all.
Dude.
Fast forward the next school year. Fall, winters, when basketball season is in high school. We're watching a basketball game. And I go, my buddy hits me and goes, dude, is that? The guy works security at our basketball games too.
The cop that pulled the gun on you.
The cop. He was on high school basketball duty. Held us at gunpoint.
Gunpoint, dude. Oh my God.
I've been held at gunpoint. My middle brother's been held at gunpoint in a way scarier way. Someone has attempted to kidnap me.
What?
Yeah, it's bad. My brother, this red car came up to my brother once, and they put a gun to him. And he goes, what high school do you go to? He's like, Franklin. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they drove away. I was like, dude, that was a...
Were they young kids?
I don't know. He just told us that. We're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, dude?
And then the kidnapping one, I said it before, but like, basically, I was dog sitting for one of my good friend's families. Yeah. And this dog, Boomer, super docile. Whoever he knew, super friendly too. Yeah. Even like new people didn't bark. Sure. And all that. But I go into the house. I leave the garage open. I put him on the leash. And as I'm closing the garage and leaving, he starts pulling. I'm like, what are you doing? He's barking. I turn around, and there's this old man. He's got to be like 73. And
how old are you?
Let's call me 16, 17.
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, hello, how are you? I'm like, hi. He goes, do you mind putting the dog away? And this dog is going nuts. Yeah. I'm like holding him back. Yeah. I've never seen him bark like this before. And like weird intuition dogs, first of all.
Yeah, it's freaking Lassie,
and
dude.
He goes, he's scaring me. Can you put the dog away? I go, no. He goes, do you know where Waukesha is? One, I don't. Two, I'm like, that way. Yeah. He goes, do you mind if we like talk for a second? Like, can you please put the dog away? He's scaring me. I'd like just a one-on-one conversation with you. I go, no. No. Absolutely not.
What the fuck?
And he get closer, and the dog just jumps. I'm like, hey. Yeah. Like, I don't want you to murder this guy. He goes, well, can you just show me where Waukesha is? I'm like, again, that way? He goes, do you know the best way to get there? I'm like, I don't. I need to walk this dog. Can you leave? And so the way the neighborhood was, the entrance is here, circle, line through.
Yeah.
His house is like right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to go. He drove and went down the street. He didn't leave.
Yeah.
I never saw him leave. I told my parents the cops came to our house like 30 minutes later and got a report. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. My roommate just showed up. What drinks are you guys making?
What's up, guys? Nice.
Do you want one?
Yeah, dude. I'll take it. Well, you said a gin old fashioned?
Have you ever had one?
Yeah, dude. Whatever. I'm easy. I'll take whatever. I've never
ever had a gin old fashioned?
No, never.
We got into where do we have it? The bar across from High Note. Yeah, the first show.
Rosie's or Stella's?
Yeah,
Stella's.
Yeah, he's like, the guy was like, "Do you want us
place.
to make you something?" I'm like, sure, and it was actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
Would you? Is a gin old fashioned and old fashioned though?
I mean, if it's made the same way, if it's can you choose like sweet or sour or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, then fuck yeah.
So an old fashioned.
I didn't grow up here, so I don't like really like old fashions. When I moved to Wisconsin, like that was like a huge thing, and like now I don't know. I mean, I'll order them, but like I don't know if I like sweet or sour. I just like
just
I'll roll
give
the
me
dice,
whatever
dude.
you have.
Yeah,
that
I'll roll
day.
the dice.
Well, we went on a ski trip and he ordered a gin old fashioned, and our other buddy was like, "That's not an old fashioned." He goes, "But it is." And he was like adamant it's not. I'm
It's
like,
in
well,
the
you
name.
can get a whiskey old fashioned,
Yeah.
you get a brandy old
Right.
fashioned, you get a tequila or gin one if you want.
Tequila,
Tequila.
I fuck with tequila. I don't know if I would do it in an old fashioned though.
No, I don't think I could do that.
I like gin though. Gin's good.
You got to be in the mood for tequila.
Yeah. We were talking about drinking in high school. This is like I had like free reign or whatever, and I dated this girl who had a fake ID. I don't even remember how she got it, but she had this fake ID. So we would go to this liquor store in Des Moines, and this is 1800 tequila. Like just, I don't know if it just came out, but they did this like limited like bottle run.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like school nights, and we would just be in her room getting shit house on 1800 tequila, and we would keep the bottles, and we would like put the bottles up in her
Such
room.
a high school college.
Dude, but it was like it had like art on it. Oh yeah, exactly.
To save the booze.
Yeah, and her parents knew. Like it was like, dude, I like would like leave her house. I would leave her house at like 3 a.m. and like get home. I mean, I would fall asleep at her house and then wake up and like have to go to school. Like again, if I do that today, dude, fuck no way,
no,
absolutely not. But yeah, silver tequila I can fuck with, but not in an old fashioned.
No, gold tequila, never. It just Jose Cuervo. It looks like I'm gonna throw up.
I can't to this day. I can't drink spiced rum because that was like one of the first things that I got drunk on, and like diet, like any like Diet Coke. No way, dude. I can't.
Red Gatorade for me.
Really? Did you mix booze and Gatorade?
Yeah. For me, I think Red Gatorade.
The fruit punch or whatever.
Fruit punch.
That is the worst. That's the worst flavor.
Worst flavor.
Yeah.
It's syrupy.
It is.
It's syrupy.
Yeah.
It actually tastes like a sugar drink.
Yeah.
One, I can't drink regular Gator anymore. It has to be like the zero sugar
Sure.
because I think it's so sugary.
Yeah.
But I think we had like Red Gatorade and vodka or something like that. And first time I was ever drunk. And like drunk. I mean like fucked
Yeah,
up.
it's formulated to go to your blood. Yeah, it's going to get you fucked up, dude.
It was Red Gatorade and vodka and then homemade twisted tea. And then this day, I will still make that twisted tea sometimes. So I thought it was so fucking good. They just put in like one of those giant Gatorade things.
Okay.
Like, throw on you after you
Sure,
win the Super Bowl.
yeah.
2, you get the cheapest vodka you can. You just call it get the Boston Twins, like
Sure.
Mr. Boston vodka. And then Arnold Palmer tea and some lemonade that you like. And it's amazing.
That's
it's
great.
way better than the canned shit.
That sounds good. We were talking about college too. I used to have like, what did you drink? We talked about beer. Did you drink liquor in college?
Yeah, Burnett's.
I have still one of my best friends to this day. He used to do it wasn't Captain Morgan. It
Ron
was
Diaz.
No. Lord Calvert.
Shut up.
Lord Calvert whiskey. And he used to do math in like Lord Calvert handles. Like we'd be like like if it was like he like got $20, he's like, yeah, dude, that's like that's a handle. It's a handle of Lord Calvert, dude.
That's what I used to do for car rides when I was younger. I'm like, that's 3 Power Ranger episodes, right?
Yeah,
Mom?
right.
That's how long we're gonna get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck. Yeah, Jake. What else did we drink? Just Burnett's. Ron Diaz was our whiskey.
Ron Diaz. That sounds like a UFC fighter.
Ron Diaz is the only booze I've never like. Cool Light. Yeah, I told him the Cool Light
the
story.
Cool. Yeah.
Ron Diaz is the only rum whiskey or any dark liquor I've ever seen freeze in the freezer.
Oh God.
We put it freshman year. My kid down the hall put it in the freezer. We're like, let's just get drunk on our last day before we leave. We pulled it out. I'm like, this is frozen solid. I'm like, this is not good liquor at all.
That's very bad.
Liquor should not freeze.
Yeah.
So we had the girls next door hair dryer,
and
we were just blowing on it to
you
melt
put it in some warm water, like the hair dryer. That's the hair dryer. Yeah, let's melt some of this plastic.
Dude, I'm proud of this, but dorms are small.
Yeah,
like
I never had to do one, so I've been in them.
When you don't know a lot of people at the school yet, you got to improvise on how you're going to do your pre-games and stuff like that. So I found underneath the beds are these two like plywood boards. And so what I did is I took the chairs from one room and the chairs from another room, and you put them together, and you put the plywood boards from underneath someone's mattress on there, and you made yourself a beer pong table.
Oh, look at you.
And we played beer pong. That's how we got drunk every night in college.
Hell yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went to like this crunchy hippie school. We used to, I know you're going to say no to this. You ever like ever go dumpster diving?
Have I ever gone dumpster? I've jumped in a dumpster. I've never actually looked for stuff.
Dude, we would go to the liquor store, and we would go behind the liquor store, and like every once in a while there would be like a case of Miller Lite that like one of the cans exploded.
Yeah.
So they would throw it away, and we would just like load up our backpack. One time my buddy Pete and I, we went to Rocky Rococo's Pizza. That's one of the ones we would check out. And we found like this trash bag full of still warm, like the personal pizzas, like 30 of them, dude. So we grabbed another trash bag, like slung them over our shoulder, rode our bikes to this house party. And we're just like passing out like Rocky Rococo's pizzas, dude. It was the fucking best. It was so fucking
dumpster
fun.
Dumpster pizza in a 29 pack.
Yeah, exactly. A dumpster pizza in a 29 pack, baby.
That's every college kid's dream.
Yeah, man.
You don't got to pay for it.
Super fucking fun.
Are you making margs or old fashions first? All right. Well, do you want to wrap this up? Have a drink? Yeah,
it sounds good to me.
Anything else you want to do to promote yourself?
Just watch the special, AJ Grill. I'll quit when I'm 30.
Here presents.
Here presents. Thank you. Follow me on the Instagram at aj.grill. Going to be on the road a lot this spring, so I'm looking forward to it.
If you want to do one where we just reminisce on the younger years, like you said in your podcast about the mischievous days.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want to do like a mischievous, like younger years podcast. You can be my first guest.
You can have these 3 cameras if you want to use them.
All right. I
mean it. I'm trying to get people to use them more and just build
like
you
an invested in
thing.
them. Yeah.
You do an umbrella thing and we have a set following already, and it would just
branch
go all
out
on the same TikTok that you have an established audience already.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Look for that. Cheers, man. Thank you.